So a couple other things before we move on that you want to be checking out with a litmag if you're still not sure or if you still want to try and find more information. There's a few other things to be checking. The biggest thing is the website. So a website is a huge indicator of the funding, the energy put into a magazine, and the professionalization that they have. So when you're looking at a website, is it professional? Is it easy to navigate? Is the information there that you want there? Is it helpful? Or does it look cheap? Does it look unupdated? There's some litmags where you don't hear from them for a while, then you check their website and it hasn't been updated since 2008. It's probably defunct. So a website can be a quick indicator of whether they're even accepting submissions, how they're accepting submissions, and if you really want to submit. Often they'll say, send your best work, buy a previous issue, but they won't put any information on the website, they won't put any archives. And personally as a contributor, that makes me really angry. I'm like, there's thousands of litmags out there, why should I buy your magazine? You're not giving me any information to want to buy your magazine. So I like there to be enough information. Maybe I do want to buy a copy, but I want the website to entice me to want to buy a copy. So a couple other things that the website might address. One thing is about payment. We'll talk a little bit maybe more about money and if we want to be paying to the litmag, you want to be doing reading fees, or if your expectation is to get paid by the litmag. You want to be going in kind of knowing what your expectation is with that because it varies so much. So there's a lot of litmags that pay, but a lot that don't pay. So you want to be kind of looking for that information because it's going to be very upfront if they pay. You can't just assume that they're going to pay if they don't say anything about it. But is there payment? Do you have to pay to get contributors' copies? Do you have to pay to submit? You just want to be aware of what you're getting into with that and make sure you're okay with whatever the expectations are for that. The other thing to be checking is social media. You want to be checking their Twitter, their Facebook, see what they're doing, and see how they interact with their Facebook followers or their Twitter followers. One that I really admire is Rattle Magazine, because Tim Green, the editor, he's always interacting with his fans, his social media fans, his contributors, his readers. He's always asking questions on his social media. People are responding. He does unique kind of prompts. He does an phrases contest each month. He does Poets in the News, a weekly kind of entry where poets have to submit a poem responding to a news event recently. So he's doing really innovative things. He's really engaging his audience. And as somebody that's looking for magazines to contribute to, I really admire that and I want to be a part of that. And it's definitely a magazine that I have spent money on. I am willing to pay for. I'm willing to pay for Tim's feedback, which sometimes he has kind of like those things where you'll pay a fee and he'll give feedback on your work. I'm willing to do that because I admire how he's engaging his audience. There's other litmags that do innovative things with their social media or otherwise. Hoot is another great example. They do these awesome postcards of poems. So each poem or short story on a postcard. And you'll see examples of that in the lesson. But they don't just do their issue. They also do online workshops, which are free. And they're just really friendly and engaging. I attended their workshops. And so we built a community. I built a community before I was a contributor. And they gave feedback on my work. They knew who I was. And then when I had chapbooks coming out or some sort of announcement, I felt totally comfortable contacting them and being like, hey, can you tell people about what I've been doing? And they're like, sure, congrats, Meg, that's awesome. So that's, again, a community builder. And I really like that. And Hoot is a magazine I would spend money on and that I would shout proudly to the heavens about. So you want to be trying to find litmags, ideally, that you can get behind and be part of the community. That's obviously what the litmag wants to do, is create a community. So if you find other indicators besides the work that make you want to be part of that community, that's a great thing to keep in mind for writing a cover letter to mention. And it's great to be thinking about if you in the future want to start a litmag, or if you're thinking in comparison to other litmags, of what you really enjoyed seeing and what you would want implemented.